Good morning, everyone. Let us start today's session. So, this is lecture number 8 of the engineering mechanics. During the last lecture, we were discussing about the law of parallelogram forces and the parallel force system. So, law of parallelogram of forces we can use for the concurrent force system if the forces are acting at single point and maximum forces are 2. So, in that case, we can use the law of parallelogram. So this is the equation for the resultant by using a law of parallelogram. It is a square root p square plus q square plus 2pq cos of alpha. And by using theta relation, we can find out the angle of resultant with respect to force F1. Then we were discussing about the parallel force system. So parallel force system means line of action of all the forces parallel to each other. So in case of parallel force system, we can find out the resultant by using either summation fx or summation fy. So R is equal to summation Fy, we can use if all the forces acting in the y direction, and R is equal to summation summation Fx, we can use if all the forces acting in the x direction. The next, we have seen the Varignan's theorem. So Varignan's theorem is used to find out the perpendicular distance d of the resultant with respect to any given point of the system. So the equation is summation of moment by all the forces in the system about any point, let us take point A, is equal to the moment by the resultant about the same point A. So with the help of this equation, we can find out the distance d of the resultant. So suppose we have one system where different forces are acting on an object AB. Suppose we have F1, F2, F3, okay? And we convert this system into equivalent system, that is a system of resultant. And suppose the resultant is acting like this. So this is the R and this point is A. And suppose we are interested to find out the distance D of the resultant with respect to the given point. Okay. So in that case, we can use this relation summation of moment by all the forces is equal to the moment by the resultant about the same point. So this is the application of Varignan's theorem. So today we will solve some problems on the resultant for the parallel force system and the Varignan's theorem. So what are the applications of the parallel force system, or where you can physically observe a parallel force system? So this is the example for the parallel force system where a suspension bridge is supported by using suspension cables. So the load of that bridge, so this is the bridge or this is the road. Okay, so this will apply the parallel forces like this on that suspension bridge. So basically this parallel force is nothing but the weight of that cement concrete. So this is one example for the parallel force system. The second example is the forces acting on the automobile chassis. So basically chassis is nothing but the frame structure which is used to support the load in the automobile chassis, automobile. So suppose this is a trolley. So generally this trolley, it carries the sand or some other material. Okay. So this weight, it will act through this hydraulic cylinder like this on this chassis. So this is the chassis. So basically this is a metal frame. So this metal frame is subjected to different parallel loads. So it will form one parallel force system. So here you can observe, this is the automobile chassis. So these are different loads. Let us take this. This is F1. Okay. Suppose this is F2 and F3. So these are the loads or forces because of the different components of the automobile. And these loads act exactly in the Y direction on this chassis. So all these forces, they will form one parallel force system. So these are some applications or examples for the parallel force system. So now we will solve problem on the parallel force system resultant and the Varignan's theorem. So question is, find the magnitude and direction of the resultant R and its distance with respect to the base, that is the point B. So resultant we can find out by using summation fx, because all the forces, they are acting in the x direction only, either positive x or negative x. So resultant formula, R is equal to, it is summation fx only, because there is no component in the y direction. So we can write R is equal to, first is -5, then +2, +4, and -8. So you will get the answer. This is -7 kilonewton. Okay. So this is the resultant R. So we can write down R is equal to 7 kilonewton, and its direction, it is negative x direction. So this is the resultant magnitude and this is the direction. So now we can convert the given system of forces into equivalent resultant system. So right now we know the direction, it is towards negative x direction. So suppose resultant acts somewhere here. So here R is equal to 7 kilonewton. This is point A and this is the base point B. So assume distance of the resultant from the point B as a d. So this is perpendicular distance. That is, distance is perpendicular to the line of action of the force. So we have to find out the distance with respect to the base point. So we can use the Varignan's theorem. So equation is summation of moment by all the forces about the point B is equal to the moment by resultant about the same point B. So we have considered the point B as a moment point because we need the distance with respect to point B. So we can find out the left hand side by observing first diagram. So observe the first diagram and write the equation for left hand side. So you can start from the 5 kilonewton and take the moment about the point B. So for 5 kilonewton, total distance with respect to point B, it is equal to 2 plus 1 plus 3. Okay. So this is 6 meter. So its moment will be 5 into 6. And this moment is anti-clockwise direction. So it is positive. Then second force is 2 kilonewton. For 2 kilonewton, perpendicular distance is 4 meter. So its moment will be 2 into 4. And its sense of rotation, it is in the clockwise direction about the point B. So this is negative as moment is clockwise. Then next is 4 kilonewton. So it is 4 into distance is 3 meter. And again this moment, it is in the clockwise direction. So it is negative. Next force is 8 kilonewton. And distance is 3 meter. Okay, so for 8 kilonewton, distance is 1.5 meter with respect to base point. So it is 1.5. And this moment for 8 kilonewton, it is in the anti-clockwise direction. So it is positive. So equate this answer with the moment by the resultant about the point B. So for the resultant moment, observe the second diagram. That is the resultant diagram. So resultant is 7 kilonewton into its perpendicular distance, that is a D. So D is unknown, and this moment it is in the anti-clockwise direction. So this is positive. So you can find out the D distance. So the distance D with respect to point B, it is equal to 3.1428 meter. Okay. So you can check this answer. So next type of problem in the Varignan theorem is conversion of parallel force system into resultant coupled system at a given point. So suppose we have one parallel force system where the forces are acting on the beam ABCD. So at point A, force is 200 Newton in the negative y direction. Then at point B, force is 300 Newton. At C, it is 150 Newton. And at D, it is 50 Newton. So question is, first find out the resultant and distance with respect to point A. Then second question is, replace the system by the single force and couple acting at point B. Second question is replace the system by single force and couple at point B. And third is replace the system by single force and couple at point D. Okay. So resultant for this system R is equal to, it is only summation Fy. So here minus 200 plus 300 minus plus 150 and minus 50. So this is equal to 200 Newton. And it is positive, so it is acting along the positive y direction. And to find out the distance with respect to A, we have to convert the given system into resultant system. So suppose this is AD beam, and somewhere here this is the resultant, which is R is equal to 200 Newton. Assume distance D with respect to point A, and then use the Varignan's theorem. So summation of moment by all the forces about A is equal to moment by resultant about the point A. So for left hand side, observe this diagram. So at point A, if you take the moment, then first moment is 0 by 200. Second moment, it is 300 into 2. Next is 150 into 3.5. Again, it is positive because it is anti-clockwise. Then by 50, it is negative. So 50 into 7, it is equal to moment by the resultant. So 200 into distance D. So from this, we will get the answer D is equal to, it is 3.875 meter. Okay. So as the distance D is 3.875, so resultant will act in between point C and D. Okay, so this is the exact location of the resultant. So this is 3.875 with respect to point A, and resultant is acting in between point C and D. So now second question is, we have to replace the system by a single force and couple at point B. That means we have to shift this resultant at point B without changing the effect of this force on the given beam ABCD. Okay. So for that, draw this beam ABCD as it is. And shift this force 200 Newton at point B. So draw this vector at point B. So this is resultant, which is equal to 200 Newton. But if you shift the force 200 Newton at point B, it will change the effect. Okay. And therefore, we have to add one extra couple at point B. Okay. So to find out that value or moment of that couple, find out the perpendicular distance of the resultant from point B. Okay. So if you observe this diagram, total distance is 3.875 with respect to A. Okay. And A to B distance, it is equal to 2 meter. So this remaining distance, it is equal to 3.875 minus 2, and that is equal to 1.875 meter. Okay. So now take the moment by 200 Newton about the point B. So that moment by resultant about the point B, it is equal to 200 into 1.875. And this moment, it will be anti-clockwise about the point B. So it will be positive. So this is equal to 375 Newton meter. Okay. And this is anti-clockwise. Now show this moment on this diagram at point B. So this is moment that is equal to 375 Newton meter. Okay. So now this system and new single force and couple system, both are same. Okay. So this is called as resultant single force and couple system at point B. So similarly, for the third case, we have to convert the system into a single force acting at point D and resultant couple at point D. So third question is we have to convert the given system into resultant single force and couple system at point D. So for that, you refer the original diagram, that is a resultant diagram, where resultant is acting in between C and D, and distance of that resultant with respect to point A, it is equal to 3.875. Okay. So now we have to shift this resultant at point D, and then we have to find out the moment of this resultant about the point D. That is called as resultant single force and couple system. So draw the diagram for the beam ABCD. And shift this resultant as it is at point D. So this is R is equal to 200 Newton. And then take the moment about the point D. So for that, find out this perpendicular distance. So total distance with respect to point A, it is equal to 7 meter. And distance of resultant with respect to point A is equal to 3.875. So this remaining distance, that is the perpendicular distance, it is equal to 7 minus 3.875. So it is 3.125. Okay. So now take the moment by resultant about the D, it is equal to 200 into 3.125. So it is equal to 625 Newton meter. Okay. And this moment, it is in the clockwise direction about the point D. So this is negative, or we can write 625 as a positive, and we can show the direction in the clockwise direction. Okay. So this clockwise is nothing but the negative value. So in this diagram, we can show the moment in the clockwise direction, and this value m is equal to, it is 625 Newton meter. Okay. So this is resultant single force and couple system at point D.